Hello everyone, in this video let us learn what is Charles law, the second gaseous law. Already explained Boyle's law, this is the second one, Charles law. Okay. Here for the first time J.A.C. Charles, who's that? J.A.C. Charles studied the effect of temperature on volume of the gas. He studied about effect of temperature on volume of the gas. Volume of the gas. So, how the volume of the gas increasing or decreasing with the effect of temperature. Okay. Finally, he found that the volume of the gas is increasing on increasing the temperature. So, the volume of the gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. At what condition? At constant pressure and the constant number of moles. Number of moles we will indicate with N. Okay. So, finally, his experimental results what said, the volume of the gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature at constant pressure and number of moles. For example, let us consider a container. This container having a gas, and this is a movable piston. Assume this is a movable piston. It can move up and down here. So, this is a movable piston. In this container, n number of moles of gas there, and that n number of moles having the volume V1. So, this total volume how much? V1, and the pressure is maintaining inside this container P, and the temperature maintaining for this gas T1. Okay. Suppose if I heat this container, what happens? If I heat this container, what happens here? This piston will move up because it is a movable piston. To maintain the constant pressure, this piston will move up. So, what happened? What we observed here on heating the gas, what we observed, the volume increased, right? You can observe here the volume increased, but the number of moles same, and the pressure, whatever the pressure maintained in the first case, the same pressure is maintaining because only the volume increased. Okay. So, volume here V1 and it is increased to V2 on giving the temperature, and the temperature rise to T2. Okay. So, finally, he said that the volume of the volume of the gas is directly proportional to the temperature, absolute temperature. On increasing the temperature, the volume also increases at a constant number of moles and at a constant pressure. Okay. But how much volume is increasing, how much temperature is being given to the system here? Finally, he concluded that for each 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, for each 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, how the volume is changing? For each 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, the volume of the gas increased by how much here? Increased by 1 by 273 of its initial volume. Okay. What is the final conclusion of Charles law? For each 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, we are giving temperature to the gas. For each 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, the volume of the gas increased by 1 by 273 of its initial volume. For better understanding, for example, I am taking one container. Assume this container having a movable piston here. Okay. the gas inside this container, you just assume 273 ml, 273 ml. Okay. So, I am heating this container. Okay. If the temperature rised 1 degree centigrade, if the temperature rise 1 degree centigrade, what he observed, the for each 1 degree centigrade, how much volume has been increasing here? 1 by 273 of its initial volume. So, 1 by 273, what is the initial volume here? 273 ml. So, how much volume increased? 1 ml increased. So, here on giving 1 degree centigrade, he observed that the volume, the total volume is 274 ml, its initial volume, and on increasing the temperature by 1 degree centigrade, it becomes 274 ml. The same thing happens if you reduce the temperature also. Okay. For each 1 degree centigrade decrease in temperature, the volume of the gas decreases by 1 by 273 of its initial volume. On increasing and on decreasing the temperature, the same thing happening, right. So, if you decrease the temperature 1 degree centigrade, what happens? The resultant volume will be 272 ml. This is for our understanding only. Okay. So, on increasing the temperature for each 1 degree centigrade, the volume increases by 1 by 273 of its initial volume. On decreasing the temperature also, the volume decreases by 1 by 273 of its initial volume. Okay. So, let us assume here its initial volume, I am taking here initial volume, you just assume it is at 0 degree centigrade. I am assuming here it is at 0 degree centigrade. So, at 0 degree centigrade, I am taking the volume V naught. Okay. Assume it is at 0 degree centigrade. How much? Its initial volume V naught. So, the volume of the gas at T degree centigrade, how much? The volume of gas at T degree centigrade, how much? It is Vt. So, I increased the temperature to T degree centigrade, 0 degree to how much? T degree centigrade. Okay. So, on increasing the temperature from 0 degree to T degree centigrade, how much volume increases? The volume at T degree centigrade is equal to what? Its initial volume plus 1 by 273 of its initial volume into the temperature raised in degree centigrade. If you rise the temperature 3 degree centigrade, so we have to mention 3 here. If 5 degree centigrade, we have to mention 5 degree. If 100 degree centigrade, we must mention here 100 degree. Okay. So, the initial volume V naught, assume it is at 0 degree centigrade, and the volume of gas at T degree centigrade Vt, because the gas being heated from 0 degree centigrade to T degree centigrade. So, the volume at T degree centigrade is Vt equal to initial volume plus 1 by 273 of its initial volume into T degree centigrade. Okay. From this, shall I write like this? Vt is equal to, I am taking this V naught common, 1 plus T degree centigrade by 273. Okay. So, Vt by V naught is equal to, shall I write like this, 273 plus T degree centigrade by 273. Okay. What is this? We are adding 273 to degree centigrade, means what? This is absolute temperature, that is Kelvin scale. So, shall I write this 273 plus T degree centigrade as absolute temperature at T degree centigrade, absolute temperature at T degree centigrade, and I can write here 273 as absolute temperature at 0 degree centigrade. 0 degree centigrade means what? Convert to Kelvins. So, 0 plus 273, 0 plus 273, that is 273. Okay, na? Right. Here 273 plus T degree centigrade, I can take like absolute temperature at T degree centigrade, and this is the absolute temperature at 0 degree centigrade. So, Vt by V naught is equal to Tt by T naught. Okay, this is the final relation in the between volume and temperature in Charles law. So, V is directly proportional to T at a constant pressure and number of moles. So, V equal to some constant K into T. V by T is always constant. V by T is always constant. At what condition? At constant pressure and number of moles. Okay. For example, I am taking some gas having the volume V1 at temperature T1. If I change the temperature to T2, the gas also changes to V2, whether it is increase or decrease, whatever. Okay. So, I am changing the temperature from T1 to T2, the volume also changes from V1 to V2. So, the V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, V1 by T1. So, this value, even if you change the conditions, then V by T value always constant. At what condition? At constant pressure and number of moles. Okay. So, apply log here, log V by T. The log x by y, what? Log x by y, how will write? Log x minus log y, no, like this. Here log V minus log T equal to constant. Okay, log V minus log T equal to constant. Okay. So, for our better understanding, I am given like this volume, temperature, volume by temperature. Suppose volume of the gas I am taking 1000 ml, the temperature just assume it is 100, 1000 by 100, 10. If you make the temperature double, the volume also will become double. So, 2000 by 200 again 10. Again if you make 3 times, same thing happens. Okay, 3 times I am making the, I am increasing the temperature 3 times. 3 times how much? 600 kelvins, and the volume also will increase 3 times, that is 6000 ml. Again it is 10. Okay. So, on changing the conditions also, on changing the conditions temperature also, the V by T always constant, but we must remember at what condition? The pressure and the number of moles must be constant. Okay. So, on this Charles law, some graphs are there, very important graphs. Many times the questions asked on that graphs. Okay. I will explain about that graphs in next video. Thanks for watching.